I got a little bit bored and decided to spend the next 24 hours in Lego Fortnite. My goals are to craft every weapon, make a flying base, get my parents to love me again, put together a train system across the world, and beat every boss. I started off loading into the world with my unemployed friends where we got used to the starting area.
Can you beat them?
Don't try this in real life. I've already been banned by 12 zoos. Just like in Minecraft, we start off with just our fists. We use our hands to grab berries, break trees, and beat up the local wildlife. We have to worry about multiple things for survival, such as hunger, temperature, and the evil mobs that are around in this world. Any of these factors can bring our health to 0, which would mean we would die and lose our items.
I'm getting chased by a spider.
Oh my god, there's a bug on Tuesday.
Oh, I got him.
Using the resources around us, we were able to make a crafting bench that allows you to make tools and eventually weapons. This will make it much easier to raid my local Walmart, but also get resources rather than punching everything with our fists. Before adventuring out into the world, we decided to build a home base because it started to become dark.
What is the point?
What did you do, Ellie? No! The next morning, we prepared ourselves with better tools and weapons. I made a short sword. Oh my god, I can stab people now, which made getting food and other resources way easier.
Hey, Socks, you want to play fetch? Catch.
Oh my god. Oh, I always wanted to play with the rock. I'm such a big fan.
Can I have it?
Your turn, your turn, your turn. Yippee! Oh. I made the sword to defend myself against the evil mobs, but maybe it should be used to defend myself against my own teammates.
Juicy.
Now we got your recipe.
Your present.
Yay!
What is
we got a village
this?
square.
What was that?
What just happened? What did you
happened?
do? I'm already scared of women, but now I know I'll never be able to sleep peacefully when she's around. We decided to craft a town hall in our base, which allows villagers to work for you. Oh my god, we get to get free people. The town hall can be upgraded all the way to level 10, which will allow you to expand your villager army. But now that we had a sword and a shield, it was time to go adventuring in a nearby cave. These caves can have valuable loot, but are also filled with deadlier threats.
Help!
What is that? After a bit of time, we cleared up the cave and we got a whole bunch of loot to expand our base. We already needed chests because our inventories were overflowing. We even had a new friend join us named Blaza, but he thought this was just a Fortnite game.
You gotta get the goals, Guardian. Guys, I'm cracking 90s. Guys, look at my 90s.
Oh,
No way. No way.
Man.
Wait. Why is that clip showing? Editor, please cut that out. Anyways, we made a lot of new stations like a sawmill that makes stronger wood and also a grill that cooks your food that will fill more hunger stats. You stole my meat live. I saw that live. You come here. Let me tell you something. You've been cranking 90s.
Get away from my cranking 90s. Oh, I died.
We were just over an hour in, but I don't know if my group of idiots of friends will be able to coexist. Tension starts to rise over base building. I feel like we need some windows.
Make some windows. Why do I have to do everything? Why can't you guys do something?
On top of that, the villagers don't want to seem to join our base because supposedly it's not good enough for them. So we tried other strategies.
My village doesn't meet your needs.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Why am I not good enough, huh? What do
Let
you
me
want, like-
show you how it's done. Just like the colors and shapes.
Oh.
She's full of diversity. Lego bricks and a woman. A symbol of creativity. Yeah.
Oh, she's dancing!
Whoa!
She wants you!
Damn.
We decided to release some stress by exploring a giant rainbow we saw in the distance, but there were some threats nearby. Is there a dog? The dog is coming! Toxie! We need to help Toxie. Oh my god, my
Kill
shield,
the dog.
my sword's
Sorry,
broken.
Mo,
I
I'm
take
so
that back.
low.
Oh my god.
There we go.
blew it up. We continue building up to the rainbow cloud where we saw a bunch of rainbow people. I was about to murder them, but they gave us loot. We took all this new loot and continue upgrading our base. We were able to make a spinning wheel which allowed us to craft a crossbow. I also made a health charm that upgraded my health to 3 to 4. We would have had villagers already collecting loot for us, but Blaza had other ideas.
The poor guy. He can't get to work now.
You trapped
I hated to look at his face.
Currently, all our gear is common, so in order to get tier 2, we needed to head back into the cave and collect the better wood inside there. Clearing out the mobs were no problem, especially with the crossbow. Most of my loot ended up being seeds, so I decided to make a garden. Supposedly, these plants I'm growing will allow me to explore the desert and winter biome in the future. Yeah, look at that. So now we'll be able to go to the desert. Don't you? Luckily, my garden was not harmed, at least for now. The night came around, and for the first time, we experienced lightning. It's blowing things up that way.
Then
It's
start
blowing
working.
things up that way.
Start working to protect our gear.
But then why is this still in the base?
It's in the middle of the base.
Take it away! Why would you put it near the chest?
Oh no! Oh, I just got electrocuted. electrocuted.
It nearly took out our
roof.
chest. It was this close. We would have been fine, but Nataway decided to renovate the roof the day before. Let's take out the whole roof, he said.
Great idea.
The one day we took out the roof. Meaning we had nothing to protect ourselves. We lost our farm! To top it off, our entire base was surrounded by skeletons, making basically a danger wherever we went. Our goal was eventually to put a wall all around our base, but for now, we got the stone cutter.
Why is it not grinding me up?
What?
Why is it not grinding me up?
This allowed us to make better chests, which means we could store more items. Ooh, it's double.
Oh, double.
I can put all my one slurp mushroom. Lego Fortnite has a huge problem. At this current time, there's no trash can, meaning everyone has low durability tools and nowhere to put them. So they end up putting them in my chest. If anyone puts a broken wooden pickaxe in this chest again, I will airstrike your house. Okay, we have a whole house for broken wooden pickaxes. Okay, put them there. Who's picking them back up? Blaza, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't. Yeah! We were about 3 hours in, and I'm already losing my mind. Are you? Who's the one putting pickaxes? Who gave it? Why are you putting it in my inventory?
I was throwing on the floor. No.
I'm turning on PvP on the server. I'm turning it on. We still had the goal to craft every weapon, make a flying base, make my parents love me again, put together a railroad system across the world, and beat every boss. And one of those wishes came right to our door.
Load the cannon.
You brought it here, you idiot!
Where is my TNT?
Oh my god. I'm shooting my arrows at it. I'm shooting. I hit it for 5 damage. My crossbow broke. This is a great time to mention I am an Epic Games partner, so make sure to use code SOCKS for 1 in the item shop. Oh. He's at full health. Oh my god, he pushed me instantly to 1. Are you kidding me?
Out of my way. I got a bomb.
Blow him up, Blaza. Blow him up, Blaza.
I got you. Hold on. I got you.
It did 16 damage. It did 16 damage. That's not enough.
I'm coming. Watch me go. I did 3. I need food.
God.
I have no food. I'm running away. That brute was just the weakest of all 3 of the bosses that live on this island. And we couldn't even kill him. We had to get stronger, so we started upgrading all our tools, and I even got a better sword. But maybe we were just too dumb. No way that happened. How did you purposely walk in front of me 3 times in a row? No way. We knew we had to go to the desert biome in order to get stronger, but everything there is also scarier. I crafted a lot of arrows and even snow barriers from our farm to keep us cool. The desert is so hot that you have to actively keep yourself cool or you'll be burned alive. But it's hard to go to the desert when we're still getting invaded in our home. There's a skeleton in the base.
Why did it?
I'm closing the door. Before we went, we upgraded our village to already level 7, which allowed us to upgrade our crafting station as well. This unlocked a lot of new items to craft, but they all required items from the desert, so we started heading towards it. We saw a lot of cool scenery, but honestly, we had no idea where we were going.
Is that a glitch? Are you actually still drinking it?
Nah, he's thirsty.
I'm drinking.
Let him drink.
Good damn.
Let me drink.
Dude, he's choking that down his esophagus.
Esophagus.
The good old steam engine rumbling down the water.
How did you get steam engine from that?
A whole barrel of corn right here.
Whole barrel. And he's still be drinking. He's still drinking. He's still. What's going on?
Whoa, what the? What?
We didn't know where this desert was, so we just kept on moving in one direction. And somehow we came across a llama. Llama.
Last one to the llama's rotten egg. I'm not gonna be rotten egg.
Hey. Oh, you can pet it. He died!
He died!
Killed him!
No! But after literally 50 minutes of walking simulator, we came across a desert.
What is that?
Oh, there's like a stone
Pebble
place. That's
thing.
sick.
Yeah.
This is the desert.
Luckily, we were prepared with our snow berries so we could keep cool for a bit.
You are hot. Yeah, I know I am.
That luck ran out quick, and we met a boss right out of the gate. We couldn't even kill the weaker one in the grass biome. How would we even do against the one in the desert? Okay, guys, I got the high ground, guys.
Oh my god, I'm at half heart.
Heal. You can't get hit once. Don't get hit once.
Yo, he's freaking
Oh, he's
out. Look at
frozen.
him.
We're actually taking him down.
Get him!
He's less than halfway.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
That way down. He's one
Does he
shot.
have a
He's one
weak
shot.
point?
He's one shot. Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god, we got him.
What did he
Oh,
drop?
what did he drop? Oh, that's Natway's
Not
bait.
bad, that's bad.
He dropped
Sand
Natway.
root
If you think the brute has suckable toes, you should hit that subscribe button. Somehow we managed to pull it off, only losing a couple lives. This gave us a huge boost of needed confidence to continue exploring the desert for loot, but most importantly, other mobs. All the creatures in the desert biome have significantly more health and more damage than the ones in the grassland. Misreading one attack could almost get you one-shotted by them. But what we really needed was to farm these roly-polies. They made these really weird noises and rolled at you at like 9 million miles per hour. These fights were the most stressful for me because getting hit by their roll attack meant instant death. We had to kill multiple of them so we could use the remains to upgrade our gear even more. We got as much loot as we could before our snowberries ran out. That was protecting us from this harsh heat.
Oh my god. Oh my god. No!
You good?
There's like 3 wolves on me.
We decided to head back home when we found another biome, a whole beach. Honestly, we were pretty stupid that we didn't build our base in between these biomes. Instead, I had to walk all the way back through whole days and nights just to get home. Just when we were about to upgrade our gear, a server restart was gonna happen. But it never happened. The time even went into negative.
Oh, what?
Negative 4 minutes.
Oh my god, Lego Fortnite's forever!
The first thing I got with our new loot was a cool-headed charm. This allowed me to stay cool 24/7 without worrying about the harsh heat. It also gave me a lot of hearts, so I wasn't gonna get one-tapped by anything. Or at least I thought. We made a new garden and some organizing for our chest. As we headed towards the desert to try our cool-headed charm, we came across a grassland brute that was still on our hit list.
Oh my god, he's big and strong. Oh, that way.
Oh my god, it's breaking everything. You will pay for what you've done. With that done, it was time to head to the desert to farm as many monsters as we could. You die if you go in the water, guys, or you just fly?
No, you can fly.
Oh, you fly?
Fly.
Just kidding, you die. You die.
Are you
die,
serious?
die.
Oh my dude, I nearly cried. I brought a shield this time, and this thing was overpowered. It literally stuns enemies in their tracks. We came across another desert brute, and I had a great idea of using its ability to destroy everything to farm wood for us. We got a ton of tier 3 wood and unlocked new tier 3 weapons and tools. But I guess I got a little cocky because I did this. What am I doing? I'm an idiot! The worst part wasn't even the death. It was the fact that it was going to take 2 days of running to get my stuff. And another 2 days when I have to go back. I couldn't wait till we got some form of transportation. We got our revenge on the boss before heading home, and we were nearly 6 hours in. We were starting to lose our minds.
Literally, you guys, all I'm gonna say is you don't want to see me get angry.
On the bright side, I was able to make a tier 3 pickaxe, and we also unlocked toys, which include vehicle transportation. I couldn't wait to drive over pedestrians. Even though our house was looking nice, it was still dangerous to go outside during the nighttime. But that didn't stop me to start making a vehicle. But it didn't really go as planned. Oh no! To save my flying car, I would have to build an entire staircase to heaven just so I could reach it again. Switching between chopping trees for wood, we also built multiple new machines, including an enchantment table. I'm literally Minecrafting right now. I wanted to continue my staircase to heaven, but these villagers are driving me crazy. Dude, this woman's literally blocking the door. Literally standing.
Beat him up.
Oh my, she's just waving. As I was building the staircase to heaven, Nadway renovates our house to look like an MTV crib. Ooh, this is some fancy wood. This is some fancy. Oh, this is some first class. Oh. But finally, I made it to the top where I could rescue my car. But I'm not very intelligent. I ended up building to it and then jumping on it. But I really didn't think it through because I thought I would safely bring it down. If I wasn't sad enough, Ali was really pushing my sanity. No. What are you doing? What are you doing?
If you break it, will it all fall
I would
apart?
actually physically cry. Stop it, please. On our next mission, our goal was to capture a cow and name it Bessie. It was a bit stressful, but the idea was to eventually make a cow meat farm like in Minecraft. We doubled that fence so Bessie had no chance of escaping. We were about 7 hours in, and one of my goals was to make a flying base. But currently, I don't even know how to make a working car. The problem with Fortnite vehicles is that the lever is connected to the entire structure. In Minecraft, you could lead a lever to anything you wanted to with redstone. But in Lego Fortnite, this lever turns everything it's connected to. So if you flick this lever, all the thrusters would turn on. So while I was trying to figure out if you could turn without a steering wheel, Tuxie has grinded out and built a whole glider. This allows you to jump off tall structures and not actually die. This will be super useful to travel, but it kind of sucks because you can only go as far as your stamina allows you. That is why I'm committed to the flying machine. I had an idea to connect two separate structures like a DNA string. They would intertwine because of the twirl, but they were two separate structures. This would allow you to technically have two different levers and go in two different directions because the thrusters are separate, right? You are with me. This will be a total success.
What did you just do?
It's off! They crashed the server! Yeah, it was a total abomination.
Let that bad boy on.
Oh!
Where are you going?
Oh! We're moving!
Where are you going?
We're off!
Oh my.
I'm off to see the great wizard. Wait, and
Pick
here's
us
the
up.
genius thing. I can come back.
You can't even steer it in the right direction.
I can. I'm coming back. I'm actually coming back.
This looks so
I'm actually coming back.
stupid.
I'm actually coming back.
No way.
2 hours of my life wasted. However, this is only the beginning of many crazy creations I will do in the future. After that midlife crisis, this is where the grind began. I was already sleep deprived and all my friends logged off. I used this time to make a new chest system. This time it's actually organized so I don't have to spend 6 hours looking for something. I was still sick of walking skeletons that would come into our base, so I started the process of building a great wall. I finished the perimeter before I lost my mind. I wanted a faster way of cutting wood, so I found out the dynamic foundation is made out of straight concrete and smashes through trees instantly. All I had to do was keep pushing it, and it was like driving my car in GTA through pedestrians. On the sad side, Bessie has been lost or even taken. If you've seen this cow, please call me immediately. With the wood cutting strategy, I was able to place up some gates for the front doors and then wall off the rest of the perimeter. It took a bit of time, but when I was finished, it looked really good. One of my goals was to craft every weapon, but in order to do that, I needed to get better resources. To do that, I was still yet to explore the snow biome. I decided to make a quicker trip by building myself a car. This is probably a bad idea because I don't even know how to drive. The idea with the chest on boards is that I would be able to bring a bunch of loot back to my base, but honestly, it sucks. It could only go in one direction, and when it smacked a chicken, it couldn't even go through. It honestly makes me proud of my attempt of the flying machine. I decided to abandon it like I did my 2 kids, gliding all the way back to the ice biome. I have to worry because the ice biome is very dangerous, as well as the biome itself being freezing. Luckily, I've been growing these chili peppers that would keep me from freezing to death. With the combination of it being day, I was able to raid this castle that had some high-level enemies. I was able to grab some loot before the sun dropped, but since there was no sun left, I began to freeze. I started taking significant damage, so I had to abandon the place quickly. I decided to wait out the nighttime so I could go back during the day. I re-entered during the day and just wanted to point out how much more health these mobs have in the snow biome. I couldn't even kill a regular cow because of how much more HP it had. Nonetheless, I kept venturing through because I needed to take out some of these mobs for loot so I could get some better gear. The dog was pretty easy to kill because I could read his attack, but the roly-poly, it was a war. His ability to shoot long-range attacks and also roll at you, which could basically one-tap you, is extremely scary. Plus, since he's a snow version, his health is immaculate. I was stressing out, but somehow I managed to pull it off. One roly-poly something, but 2 roly-polies were impossible. I was easily outnumbered and had to escape. I was able to raid a castle, but the sun was already dropping, making it freeze again. I tried returning to the grassland, but the fact that the mobs were still chasing me and I was freezing to death, it was a bit too much. On the bright side, the snow biome wasn't as far as the desert, so I was able to retrieve my items. The fact that I died near water made me think if mobs were able to swim. I wanted to test this theory, but it turns out it kills them instantly. This made it way easier to farm more roly-polies. I kept on venturing out deeper into the snowland when I came across a villager. Not just anyone, a Peely. I didn't have any room in my base, but I was able to take him with me forever. He could not say no. I was able to get Peely a weapon, which made him taking out roly-polies way more doable. Since we were nearby an ice cave, I decided to search one to see how difficult they were. Sadly, my pickaxe was not high level enough to mine anything, but I tried to grab as much loot from the chest as I could. I didn't go too deep though, because I saw a dog completely made out of bones, and I decided to leave immediately. Instead, I went back out to the daylight to farm more roly-polies, but I headed home after that because it was all quite stressful. I was hoping I was able to craft some new items, but I would have to turn my crafting bench into an epic tier so it could make better stuff. And turns out I'm actually missing a lot of materials because I haven't went mining in the desert cave. So before heading out, I learned a durability glitch by mistake, where you put all your items in a chest and then you break that chest. All your items regain durability. I would be against using glitches, but this must be a game feature since it's in the game, right? I started moving towards the desert with the help of Nadway, and let me just mention now, the desert caves are the most difficult thing in this game. Not only is it 15 minutes to travel there, the caves always seem to be protected by brutes, which you have to be careful because at my current health, they still one-shot me. Once we took it down, we entered the caves where we were greeted with lava everywhere. This made the place so hot. We were overheating constantly. This made us take a piece of health every couple seconds. We tried to be quick, so we mined for rubies, copper, and bright core. But it was extremely difficult when the skeletons in this cave were kamikazing us with dynamite. Other than the ores all around the cave, there was one more material that was extremely hard to get just because how rare I came across it. It was a blast core, which came from an exploding roly-poly. They weren't necessarily hard to kill because they just blew up, but I could only find maybe like 1 or 2 in the entire cave. Eventually, we had to leave the cave because we didn't have enough health to keep us alive from the constant burning. After a 6-year hike back home, we were able to make a metal smelter that allowed us to finally smelt some higher level metals. This allowed us to upgrade our crafting bench, which showed us better tools and weapons we could craft. One of the new tools I could make was a whole grappler that allowed you to grapple to anything, and combined with the glider, it was a pretty good way to move around. The sad part is the grappler only had about 10 uses before it breaks, which is horrible. What is nice is the grappler can be repaired using the durability game mechanic, allowing me to reuse it. While still at my base, the crazy woman came back just to cause chaos in my life.
I'm gonna shoot it down.
No, please don't shoot it. No! Allie, no! Why would you shoot it down? No! On the bright side, over 12 hours in, we were able to max our town hall to level 10, which made it possible for multiple villagers to work and get loot for us. I still had to get back to the desert for more resources, but before I could put myself in that mental torture again, I decided to start making the base of our flying castle. I made an entire base with one giant balloon, which was quite difficult. I didn't feel like mining the trees, so I headed back to the desert caves for more punishment. I needed more of these materials, but especially the bright core. I stayed a little too long over my welcome because I ended up dying for being too hot. And no, putting my torch away wouldn't have saved me. The problem wasn't the death, it was the fact that it took me 30 minutes to run to the desert just to get my stuff. On the bright side, we're now very rich. With all this loot, I was able to craft myself a heat charm, which not only gives me more hearts, but it also protects me from the harsh cold. We'll be able to get some tier 4 tools soon, but in the meantime, I decided to work on my flying base. The trick was trying to find how many balloons we could have, but the base still float. And we had to be careful so it didn't crash into the ground. We then decided it would be better to craft the entire castle first before lifting it off the ground. We didn't unlock any of the stone castle stuff, so we're just using this cool looking wooden stuff, and it looks pretty sick. We even added spikes on top of it. I wanted to go exploring again, so I crafted up my tier 4 axe, and I even trapped Meow Skulls so I could do whatever I want to him.
Don't leave me here!
We were now about 18 hours in, and I wanted to go explore if there was any new land. I found another beach biome that was beautiful, but there was also a brute. I tested out my strength in a 1v1, and the grass brutes were really no problem now. The beach biome also had these cute octopus-looking things. I kept on exploring, and I found a lot of crazy-looking landscapes. This is really like Minecraft with RTX on. However, I still had to focus because I still have to craft all the best tools, and I haven't even beat the final boss yet. Back home, I was able to craft more fire charms for more hearts, as well as a tier 4 pick. The sad thing though, for some reason my sky base started kind of falling apart. Nonetheless, it was time to go mining with my new tier 4 pickaxe in the ice caves. There was a lot of new resources like iron, sapphire, and this weird green stuff. With all these hearts, I was now brave enough to fight the bone dog. I was able to take it out with my crossbow, and it dropped this crazy purple bone. Once my inventory was full, I brought all these resources back home. I actually had enough resources to make the best weapons. I was just missing some stuff from the desert again. So instead of walking, I decided it was time to make the train system around the world. I first made a staircase as high as I could because I needed the train to go over the mountains. This requires a lot of wood. I went as high as possible, and this is where I was going to build my train station. How this train will work is using these thin floors as a track, and I will place a dynamic foundation on top of them, and these will be the things that move around. Then you attach tires underneath, and that basically hooks the foundation to the rails so it won't fall off. And to move, you attach thrusters on each side, and since there's 2 of them, the idea is that you'll be able to go forward and back. Before I could test it, I had to make the railway a lot longer. This took a lot of wood. My base was already really far from the desert, so I had to build for hours just to get there. It's so long that it literally looks like it's floating, and the fact that it's so high that you don't even see it from down below. But now it's time for the moment of truth. Would all this hard work actually pay off? And it did. It was actually moving in the direction I wanted to. This would make it really easy to move to the desert. And the best part is that I could also go backwards. But now it was time to go to the desert to get the final resources. Then the unthinkable happened. It fell down. For no reason at all. But you know what they say, never give in, never back down. I tried again, but I added even more wheels this time for support so it would be even more sturdy. But with all that hope, it reached the same fate. Healy couldn't even believe what he saw, so he took the same fate as well. Nonetheless, we still made it to the desert even with one train. This allowed us to get the final bright core, which we needed for the final tools and weapon in the game. By the time we got back, we were so stacked. This allowed me to get some of the best chests in the game, as well as some of the best tools and weapons in the game, all maxed out. I was even able to add even more balloons to my flying base, but it was just too heavy to fly. Honestly, I did the best as I could, but with only 30 minutes left, I don't think I would be able to make it lift. We could still finish another one of our goals, and that was to beat the final boss, the brute in the ice biome. With all the best stuff and a maxed out health charm, the hunt was on. I searched day and night for this ice brute, but I was also afraid. Even with all this gear, this brute will be harder than anything I've faced so far. And just when I thought I was gonna give up, he appeared in the trees. I kept my distance as much as possible because I knew even with my gear, he could probably kill me in one hit. He has more health and does more damage than anything I've already fought. But luckily, I had a lot of practice killing other brutes, so I knew his attack patterns. I did my best to dodge his attacks and even get in some sword hits. It was a long and brutal fight, but I eventually prevailed with Peely. And just like that, the 24 hours are up. We were able to hit most of our goals, but my parents still don't love me. If you guys want to see another 24 hours, subscribe.